Hi guys, welcome back. I'm back again to do, I think this is like my third video today. So I decided that I'm going to come back on camera. And one thing I'm going to do is fix my hair because I'm not really feeling it. And then I'm going to brush up on my makeup because if you guys watched that video, the video that I uploaded before this video, um, is when I did shirt makeup tutorial, and I did this makeup, which I really do like, might I add. It did come out looking really nice, and I'm about to touch it up. Well, I'm already touching it up, as you can see. So I'm going to do a little chat with you guys while I do this, and then I'm going to read a few poems out of this book right here. Believe in yourself and do what you love. So I got this book probably like a couple years ago, and it's a really good book. Some nice poems throughout, inspirational sayings and the sorts. So I decided, why don't I just come on my channel and um, read a few of these poems from this book for you guys, and basically share with you guys how I feel about the poems and everything, and go from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing next after I finish brushing up on my makeup. As you guys can see. So I'm not going to do very much. I'm just brushing it up because I saw how it didn't look the same as it did earlier. And I'm doing some more videos, so I want it to look as best as possible. So I decided to go ahead and brush up on it. So hope y'all doing wonderful today. I'm okay. Been having a bit of a complicated day, to be honest, but I made the decision, made the choice to allow myself to stay happy today. Not allow nobody to mess up my energy, mess up my day, mess up my focus or anything. Even though people be trying to mess it up, I'm not about to let them. So that's why I'm making sure I get these videos done, and I'm getting some other achievements and goals accomplished, and I'm gonna continue to do so, because why not? So as you guys can see, filling in my eyebrows as well as I can. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this eyebrow pencil is gray. So it ain't gonna be perfect, but it'll be alright. Excuse me, guys. Okay. So we got the eyebrows lined up. We got the lips lined up. Now we're going to go back to the lip with the angled brush and foundation. And what we're going to do now is line up these brows. Line up the brows. I don't know why it seemed like this light is not really doing it the way it should. But anyway. I'm lining up the brows. Y'all, sooner than later, I'm definitely going to get these eyebrows arched. Yes, I arch my own eyebrows because ever since Corona hit and everything shut down and all, I have not been to a salon to get a nail, a brow, a hair, or anything done. I've gone to get my makeup done once though. I did do that. But other than that, I haven't really gone to get any services at all whatsoever. So I've been doing my own eyebrows, I've been doing my own hair, I've been doing my own makeup, as you can see. And y'all should already know, if y'all have watched me before, that I have my own press-on nail line, which I'm not wearing those press-on nails right now because I've had a lot to do lately. Like, I just braided my boyfriend's hair again, and I had a number of other things that I had to do. So that's why I ended up, not putting my press-on nails back on. But eventually I will put my press-on nails back on and be looking very fabulous in the nail area. But for now, until I can get that together and making it do what it do with what I got right now, until things get better, which I'm hoping and praying happens very soon. So like I told y'all earlier in the other video when I did the makeup tutorial, I can't really see clearly in this mirror. It's dirty as ever, but as y'all can see, I've had that eyebrow palette for quite some time, and that's why it's so dirty like that. Anyway, if y'all wondering, are you ever going to wash it? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. But for now, I don't think I need to darken my liner, no. But I do need a little more shadow on my lid. So I used the medium gold shadow, and I'm doing it again, using it again. I'm putting it on a little heavier than I did before, but that's okay. Okay. The other side. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna do a little bit of foundation right under my eyes because yeah, those are a little, it's getting a little dark down there, so dab that. Okay. And use this and get a little highlight on my cheeks. Okay, little highlighter on my middle. And do some little blush. Okay, and get the lip on as soon as I find my lip brush, which I just had not too long ago. Okay, I'm gonna have to use another brush for the lips because I don't have time to be waiting all day. Okay, put the same color lip on. It's kind of like a pinkish or red, like a dark pink, really. That's the color. And I'm using it from my makeup palette from Amazon. It was this color right here. Oh, one more area. I need to put just a little bit of and get a little bit of liner. I mean, not liner, highlighter. Okay, highlighter. Go down the bridge of the nose with a little bit more highlighter. Okay, now, last but certainly not least, excuse me, is my hair. So, I'm going to use these in my hair. And I think I'm just going to put all of my hair up. Because, like I said, I'm not really feeling how my hair looks very much. So, I'm going to use Z-Jam. Put it on my hands and pull my hair up and off of my neck and out of the way. No, it's not hot or anything like that, but like I said, I wasn't really feeling how my hair was looking, so that's why I'm changing it. It's finna be a plain, real simple ponytail. And I just gotta lay my edges down. Real simple poofy ponytail. That's what we're gonna go with today. I tried to wear a little hair out, didn't work out. And that's okay. It's a-okay for me. Okay. So, we're gonna put this back on. Okay. And let's get these baby hairs done. Alright, so lay these baby hairs down. Smooth them out. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna make sure these baby hairs is slayed and laid. And then put the baby hair band on and let those baby hairs lay. All right, guys. So next, we're on to the next subject, which is reading these poems out of this book that are very encouraging and inspirational. The name of the book is called Believe in Yourself and Do What You Love. Okay? So I'm not sure. I don't remember where I got this book from. I already read completely through it. Um, but I decided to share a few um, excerpts from this book with you guys. So I'm going to read four of the poems, and I'm going to tell you guys what I got out of it when I read it myself. And you guys can take whatever, you can get out of it as well. So the first poem is called How Happy Are You? Are you happy with your life? Answer yes or no to the following questions, then add up how many statements apply to you to see how satisfied you are with the life you are currently living. I know my strengths and natural talents and how I can use them. I have a bigger picture purpose in life and know how I will achieve this. I value creativity and make time to pursue creative interests, even though I may not be a musician or an artist. I have a clear picture of three important things I would like to achieve in the next 12 months, and I know how I will reach those goals. I have defined my own version of success. I know how to keep myself motivated with regard to achieving my goals. I feel a sense of control over my finances and financial plans. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. I love my work and feel that what I do is aligned with my values. I feel free to communicate in an open and honest way in all of my important relationships. Others find me inspiring and positive because of the way I live my life. I know how to say no when I need to. I make time on a regular basis for my personal development. I have a supportive network of friends who encourage me to live in accordance with my values. I feel confident to be myself. I know how I self sabotage and I make a conscious effort to overcome those habits. I have at least one interest or hobby of my own. How happy are you? I eat healthy diet, manage school and coffee intake, and exercise at least 3 times per week. I make time to do something indulgent or relaxing for myself every week. I take annual vacations and really unwind. I feel calm and in control most of the time. Then it just talks about the scores. And it's like if your score is 15 or over, you're happier than most people. Give this book to someone who needs it more. Anywhere between 10 and 15, you're doing okay, but you could do with some positive change. Flick through the book for ideas. The most important thing is getting started. So make sure you complete one action step this week. If it's a 10 or below, you might benefit from support as well as trying to tip the tips included here. So basically, when I read that poem, I got from that basically in the poem, they're actually talking about different things that you can do to make yourself happy, and different things that you can tell yourself to infuse yourself with confidence and stand on your own 2 feet and not keep constantly looking outside of yourself for happiness, because you literally can obtain it anytime you want. All you got to do is reach within and state some affirmations. Like basically, this is a bunch of affirmations. I have a bigger picture purpose in life, and I know how I will achieve this. All of these are affirmations. So I just basically took from this poem to, make some affirmations for yourself. Speak them over yourself, speak them over your life, speak them over your circumstances, and you will slowly but surely feel yourself, coming together and things starting to make more sense to you. And, you know, so the next poem I'm going to read is called Be Mindful. Okay. Before you can truly start believing in yourself and doing what you love, you need to become aware of how you're not believing in yourself and doing what you love right now. You can do that simply by becoming more mindful. Being mindful means paying attention to what you're thinking, saying, and doing. It sounds easy, doesn't it? But you'd be amazed at how absent minded we become in modern life. We tend to think of the next thing, the last thing, the worst thing, anything but the thing that we're actually supposed to be engaged with at that very moment. And this is very common too. When you create the headspace to step back and look at your life in a mindful way, you'll often discover a different perspective and become better able to identify the things that matter. Mindful people have the capacity to look at their lives objectively. They know how to keep their emotions in check. They don't judge themselves too harshly, and they can make wise, critical choices about how to move forward, particularly when life doesn't go to plan. Learning to be mindful begins with slowing down to pay attention to what's happening in the given moment. Start here. Drink a glass of water and think to yourself, I am drinking a glass of water. Now you're being mindful. Just be aware of what you're doing at any given moment. Ask yourself what you're doing throughout the day, if that helps. I'm writing an email. I'm waiting for a friend. I am at the bar. I am walking in nature. I am eating a sandwich. I am putting my child's seatbelt on. You might set yourself a little reminder like these to slow down and be in the moment. And when you are in the moment, ask yourself, what matters most to me at this point in my life? Okay, so what that poem basically to me was about, what I got from it, is basically the same thing that I've been telling a lot of my family members and friends. Like, stop just doing stuff and not thinking before you do it. I know it's easier said than done because I used to do the same thing until I recognized my behavior and realized that I was acting irrational. And when I slowed down, like this says, and decided to think about what I'm doing in that moment, it started to really make more sense. You know, what was going on, why I was doing what I was doing, what I was thinking at the time, everything. And you make better decisions and you are able to respond better, because when you're angry, when you're hurt, when you're upset, when you're confused, when you're frustrated, you get this type of mind capacity where you can't think really very straight because of your emotions. So sometimes, like this book is saying in this poem, sometimes you just have to take a step back and be mindful of what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're about to do, what you're about to say, you know, where you're going, where you're about to go, um, what your goals are, and why those are your goals. Like, I don't know what made us feel like these things are not important, to be mindful and to pay attention to what we say and what we do on a regular day to day basis. But we need to get back into the habit of realizing how important it is to be mindful and to live in the moment, and to not keep living, like they said, in the past or in the future or any other time but right now. Like right now, I'm doing this video with you guys and I'm reading these poems, and I'm, you know, processing the poems and what I'm getting from the poems, and I'm relaying them back to you guys. So hopefully you guys can get some tips and some tricks on how y'all can also be mindful, how y'all can also figure out how happy you are. And you know, actually, it's this show that just came on television. I'm not even really sure why I decided to start watching it, because it's two shows that recently came on television, And the first show, which was The Cleaning Woman, I wanted to see, but I never got the chance to see it yet. It's supposed to be coming on again tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to manage to get to see it yet because I'm doing these videos right now. But I've been wanting to see it, but I have yet to see it yet. And I think it's been on for like a month or two so far. I even had a girlfriend of mine. I don't know. I don't even know if we still girlfriends because she don't even speak to me right now. I don't even know what's going on, but whatever. Anyway, I even had a girlfriend of mine say that she started watching that, and she said it was a good show. Whatever, blah blah blah. But you know, where was I going with that? I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm going to do one more excerpt, and I'll be done with this particular video. Okay, so the next excerpt is called Everyone is Creative. Give a 4-year-old a box of crayons and a sheet of paper, and he'll happily draw his family, house, garden, and a dog and a cat, even if he doesn't have one. Without a well developed inner critic, he has a fundamental capacity for imagination and creativity. Ask the same of a 12-year-old, and if he feels he has innate talent, he'll complete the task with confidence. But if not, he'll most likely resist the offer. Unless you've participated in creativity actively in your adult life, you probably shy away from it too. Maybe you tell yourself you're not a natural creative. Creativity is inherent in all of us. And even though we know that a person doesn't need to look like a person for a painting to be classified as a great art, most of us have an irrational fear of getting it wrong, so we don't participate. Being creative is not just about being able to create art. It's as much about being open minded and having the capacity to think up new ideas or link information in different ways. It's having the ability to find novel solutions to problems. And we're all capable of that. Being creative lowers your stress levels, helps decrease negative emotions, and generally improves well being. That's according to many reports, including one from the American Journal of Public Health in 2010. Try these ideas to help you to connect with the innovative, artistic part of you. Make time to daydream. Research says that allowing your mind to wander helps to boost creative thinking. That is very true. Listen to a different style of music or see a play or a film you wouldn't normally see. Better still, take a music lesson. Join in an improv group or make a short film of your own. Try a new recipe, but not just any recipe. Choose a cuisine you've never cooked before and use a handful of ingredients you're not familiar with. Be a tourist in your own city for a day. Visit somewhere new, take photographs, and immerse yourself in the experience like you would when you're traveling. Set aside 15 minutes every day to do something creative: sketch, paint, play music, take photos, write poetry, or update a journal. Okay, so as you guys already heard, basically, this last poem is about creativity and speaking on how everyone has that capacity and that ability to be creative, but some people literally choose not to um, take on that ability because they are too afraid of getting it wrong or it not looking perfect, or it might not come out right, whatever the worry or the situation that they bottle their minds up with, instead of just releasing whatever is in their head and putting it on the paper. Like, one thing about me, if you guys have been watching me for quite some time, you've probably already noticed. I mean, take for instance how I welcomed you guys into this video right here. Started with creativity, makeup. Um, but y'all also know that I do the bedazzling products by hand. Um, I bedazzle products like this. This is one of my products right now that I have in my store. Actually, these are my personal pair of sunglasses, but if anybody decides that they want to buy them, they can buy them because they're brand new. I just dazzled them up. But I do things like this for a living where I'm just like very creative and very, in that zone of being in a creative mode. And um, that is very true. This first thing that they have right here that says make time to daydream. Research says that allowing your mind to wander helps to boost creative thinking. That is very true because one thing that I do on a daily basis, especially when I'm really trying to figure out some new ideas and come up with some new things to do, I daydream. I call it brainstorming. A lot of people call it brainstorming, but they call it daydreaming, and that's what I do. I sit and I just like focus on my mind and everything that's going through my head, and all of my thoughts, all just let everything process. And if it's a creative idea where I feel like I have to write something down or I have to draw something, then I'll do that. If it's a creative idea where I decide to write a poem or draw a picture or write out a short skit, then I'll do that. Like literally, y'all, I have time frames, which I'm about to do soon, where I'll just get into my creative mode for a certain time period and literally do nothing but be creative. Like, paint, draw, color, do makeup, do nails, do hair, create one of my DIY projects of my bedazzle, or create some more of my handmade candles, or any of the such. Um, so I'm really like creativity is really my twist. That's really my thing. So I can really attest to that when you brainstorm or what they call daydream and just allow yourself to kind of like take a ride through your mind for a while and relax and just breathe and just think, you can come up with a lot. You can definitely be very productive in being creative. Listening to different styles of music and or seeing a play you wouldn't normally see, that definitely does broaden your horizons as well. Now, I haven't seen many plays, but I do regularly listen to different styles of music, and like open up myself to new genres of music and things of the sorts that I'm really interested in that I may not usually um, hear or listen to or cut on, but I decide, okay, let me check this out and see if I really like it. And if I really like it, I'll listen to it. Um, as well as trying a new recipe. Now, I'm not a cooker. I'm not right now. I have cooked. I do know how to cook, but I'm just not a person that is big on cooking. I can say that I am planning later on in my life when I get things more secured and situated, especially with my living situation. I am planning on becoming more of a cooker. But as of now, it's just like I have so much of other things that I'm really focused on, like this YouTube channel that I'm doing the best that I can to like really get monetized and really get to the point where, my audience really shows me mad love and really like helps to put my footage out there and really get everybody to look at it and take me seriously, as well as getting my bedazzle, the essence of dazzle business up off the ground to the point where I'm getting more than just a few, couple of hands worth of clients, um, and able to sell out of all of my um, products and stocks that I have in my store for my Essence of Dazzle business, as well as being able to continue to make even more bookings, and so I can clean up and be able to have even more opportunities to be able to make more money with my cleaning business, Truth Cleaning Inc. So it's a lot that I'm doing right now, as well as working on myself and becoming a better version of who I would like to be as a person. Now, I know I told you guys that that was going to be it, that last poem. But since this poem that's next is so short, I think I'm going to go ahead and read that one also. And then I'm going to bow out of this video. And thank you guys for watching and taking time out of your busy schedule to see what's up with Ruth. I appreciate that so very much. Make sure you press that like button, and you also, if you like footage like this, if you like my creativity, if you like my vibe, if you like my flow, press that bell notification button so that you can get alerted every time I upload and you won't miss a thing. So I do a lot of different sorry y'all, my light just went off. I'm about to stop this video anyway, but I do a lot of different things on my channel. If you guys have noticed, um, I do hair, I do nails, I do makeup, I do my bedazzle, I do the cleaning, um, I do the storytelling for, sexy Saturdays of talking about my stripper days. I do story times just talking about my life and times that I've had probably not so great times, and I didn't let it completely destroy me like it was probably set out to do. I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to make a change in my life, and I'm going to do it for myself and not constantly keep expecting other people to do things for me that I literally can do for myself. So now let's go into this next poem before I bow out, which is called It's Okay to Be Vulnerable. There's a paradox in learning to believe in yourself. You need to be comfortable with the fact that being human means you're not going to be great at everything. That thought leaves most of us feeling a bit vulnerable, which is true. When you really have to come to the realization that you're not going to be perfect at everything, you're not going to be great at everything, you're not going to do good at everything, and that's okay. You don't have to be perfect at everything to be a perfect person. You don't have to be good at everything to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? We all bluff our way through situations to avoid embarrassment, and we probably become quite adept at concealing our weaknesses from others when we were teenagers. While it may seem counterintuitive, as we mature and get more comfortable in our own skin, it becomes easier to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to be the person who says, actually, I'm not sure, than it is to pretend. Being vulnerable means building trust in relationships. It gives you room to grow, and it provides the opportunity for you to ask for help as you move towards your dreams. People are drawn to authenticity. Excuse me, y'all. People are drawn to authenticity, and being willing to own your weakness as well as your strengths means you can just be yourself. Once you know your weak points, consider whether they are critical factors to your success. If you believe that you can't be successful without those traits, get some support to develop them. Otherwise, find someone who has these qualities as their strengths and engage them to work with you. But first, stop pretending, drop your guard, and be real. What makes you vulnerable makes you beautiful. Okay. I do definitely agree with a lot of what this is saying, but what I will add to it is that one of the major reasons why people have such an issue with being vulnerable is because a lot of times people prey on your vulnerability and laugh at you and disrespect you and are very mean to you and degrading to you because you messed up. And a lot of times that is what makes people feel uncomfortable and not really want to mess up and not really want to put themselves out there as the natural, real, genuine person that they are. But I've learned myself personally that you really just got to get yourself into the mode where you just don't care what other people say and what other people think. And you look at other people this way. You look at other people in a way where it's like, they are not very straightforward, forward coming. They are not honest. They are not vulnerable. They don't make themselves vulnerable to the world. And 9 times out of 10, they don't make themselves vulnerable to the world because they know how evil they are to people when other people make themselves vulnerable. So that's why they don't want to put themselves in that position. That's why they don't want to put themselves in that shoes. That's exactly why they are the way that they are. But regardless of how people are, just make sure to know for yourself that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to try and possibly fail. That's fine. And it's so crazy because it's like a lot of times the reason why people run away from trying is because they don't want to fail. But the thing about it is you can't ever succeed without failing. Every person, but the thing about it is people don't want to be honest, and that's one part that really frustrates me, because everybody that has ever been successful in life has failed, but everybody that has ever been successful in life has not been honest about the fact that they have failed. It's a lot of people that's successful in life that act like they always was that way, which is not the case, which is not even the truth. But this is the type of world we live in, so it's better to just be more honest and straightforward and not care about what nobody else has to say, what nobody else thinks, what nobody else feels, and just go with the flow for you. And if you see that you keep messing up, keep practicing. And I promise you, you stay firm and stay consistent on constantly practicing. I promise you, you will get better. Like, my bedazzle business, like right now I'm struggling. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, I've had a nice number of clients, and I appreciate the ancestors for providing that opportunity for me to be able to obtain a nice number of clients over a period of time since I've originally started back with my bedazzle, selling my bedazzle products, as well as my cleaning business. I've also had a nice number of clients support me there too, and I'm very appreciative of the people who has supported me thus far. And if you are one of them, thank you so much. But on the flip side, I'm very much so struggling though, because of course I need more than just a couple handfuls of people to support, and I need those people to support on a consistent, regular basis, and not just one, maybe 2 times, and that's it. So, I'm gonna use that poem that I just read to inspire myself, to let myself know, even though I already know, but to just um, remind myself that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to take time and not become successful immediately. It's okay to fail until you not failing no more. It's okay to keep trying until you get it right. It's okay, and I have to say that to myself because y'all don't know how much I be like really struggling and trying so hard, and I really need the support, and I don't really have it because I have family but they're not very supportive. They don't never come to me and say, "Oh, Ruth, give me some flyers so I can give them out." I've given my family flyers to give out. Hopefully they have given them out, but I don't even know if they have given them out. I don't have family that, will talk to other people about my business and get some serious inquiries and call me up and tell me, listen, I got a client for you. They're very serious about needing a cleaning, da 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 da. They're not cheap. Go ahead and let them know what your prices are, what your rates are, and, go ahead and get your money. I would appreciate that so much if my family and my friends would do that for me, but I've never had my family and friends do that for me. So it's just been very complicated and frustrated not to have the love and the support that I really need to grow in my businesses. But I know that God has already placed it in my heart and in my soul and in my spirit that regardless of my family and my friends not always, being the support that they need to be, not being the support that they really need to be, period, for real. Regardless of them doing that, I just genuinely feel like in my heart and in my spirit that God is still going to bless me. God is still going to bless the work of my hands. God is still going to bless everything that I do. God is still going to bless my life. And God is going to make those people regretful of not truly supporting me, of not truly making sure that they are definitely there for me, instead of pretending like they're there for me or acting like, to a certain extent, like they're there for me, but then when it comes time to do things that a person that's truly there for you do, they don't do it. And it's like, it's sad because it makes me feel like that's the reason why I be drawing so many crappy friends when I do get friends. And I just been praying to God to really ask him to help me to figure out what the best way to handle and deal with the situation is, because I'm tired of putting myself in a position where I'm the one that's always getting hurt and everybody else feels good and happy, go lucky, and they're just amazing, and I'm just like looking at everybody like, okay, so all y'all happy, but I can't be. Or as soon as I start trying to be happy, it's a problem now. So, now that's why I know and I realize just from those, poems, that it's okay to go ahead and be happy and find your happiness within yourself, not be, um, trying to find your happiness in somebody else, in a relationship with somebody else, or no. Find your happiness within yourself. Find out what makes you happy, what makes you feel indulged, what makes you feel whole, what makes you feel complete. You know, when to say no, when to say yes, when to move, when to stay still. Know what, you need to do to make sure that you're developing on a regular day-to-day basis, and making sure that you're putting effort into making yourself happy regularly, and being mindful and making sure that you're living in that moment and you're not just paying attention to what has happened in the past and in the future, or down the line, but you're also paying attention to what you're doing at that moment, at that very second. Like right now, I'm recording this video for you guys, and I'm talking about being mindful, and I'm living in the moment of talking about being mindful and mindfulness and being mindful of what I'm doing right now, and how I'm giving y'all tips and tricks on how to infuse yourself with the confidence, the mindfulness, and the integrity that you need to have in life, instead of, you know, looking for it outside of yourself. Um, Everyone is creative. We realize that, everybody has the capability of creating. Everybody has the capability of making something better than it was. Everybody has the capability of making something be that wasn't before. So, what's necessary to do is continue to allow yourself to be free to do that. Allow yourself to be free to daydream and as I call it, brainstorm, and really examine your mind, what you're thinking, what you're going through in your head, and apply that to some type of art. Some, maybe write a song, maybe write a short skit, whatever you can think of that's creative, that can really like help you to seriously come into yourself and your skills, and find out who you are in your creative zone. You might be an artist that, can sing their behinds off, but because you never tried to sing, you wouldn't know that. You might be a songwriter that can create some beautiful music, but you're so scared to be able to, do it, and you so afraid that you may not appeal to those that you might sing out, and you might not get people that's really fans right away. So what? It may take time. That's fine. That means in that time frame that it's taking, perfect your craft, perfect yourself, perfect everything that you're doing. When I say perfect it, I'm not saying be perfect, because I don't even know if that's possible. But what I'm saying when I say perfect it is practice constantly, as much as possible, consistently keep practicing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then you're going to find yourself getting better because you're constantly, consistently, on a stable basis, constantly practicing. When you do yourself that favor, you give yourself such an advantage that other people aren't going to have if they don't have it in them to practice. I'm going to tell y'all a little short story. Um, when I first started with my bedazzling business, even though overall I liked all my stuff that I made because I made it, at the end of the day, when I first started, I didn't really want to put myself out there too heavy because I was a little scared because I knew that I wasn't the best yet. I wasn't even comfortable yet with calling myself the best at what I did. Now, fast forward, it's 2022, about 3 years now. And, well, actually, in its entirety, from me first bedazzling, it's been about 5 years. But in the time frame of me bedazzling, on the sense of making sure that I create and can sell what I'm creating, and can have the confidence of feeling like my stuff is that bomb that people will go looking for it, find it, and buy it. So now I'm to that point. Now I have upgraded my products. I've upgraded my tools that I use to create. I've upgraded my skills. I make sure that I take my time. I make sure that, I'm very strategic and orderly in how I'm working and how I'm doing things. And I've gotten a lot better because of all of the practice and all of the research. I've been researching, how other people do it that's been doing it for years. I've been reading books. Like, I've been doing so much different stuff to make sure that my confidence that I have is not ill gotten towards what I'm doing. So now, when I tell people about my business, I'm very confident in what I do. I'm very happy that I know how to do it because I know, like, the nails that I be creating, these products that I be bedazzling and stuff, everybody can't do that. That's not something that anybody can just get up and just decide to do. They can say it all day, but when it's time for them to actually get to it and do it and create the same exact thing or something similar to what I can do, everybody can't do it. And kudos to those who can, because I know there are people who can, that just like me have practiced, just like me have mastered their skill, and finally got to the point where they can be confident in themselves and say, oh, well, I've practiced and perfected my craft as well. Kudos to you. I mean, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Every time you are doing something and you're practicing it and you're perfecting it, you're doing yourself a favor by recreating your own skills and enforcing that they be the best as opposed to less than the best. So, y'all, take my encouragement, and whatever you decide that you want to do in your life, go ahead and do it. Give yourself the permission to just go ahead and do it because you got it. You got this. Just because of the simple fact that you was able to think it up in your mind lets you know that you can do this. All you got to do is just start and keep trying and keep trying till you finally get it. And then when you finally get it, still keep trying, still keep practicing, because you want to master what you do so that you can keep that confidence in yourself when people come to you, because you know how people like to be. People like to question, your skills. People like to question whether you're really good at what you do. You can be like me on that mode. You could be like, listen, let me tell you something. You can question me all you want to, but I can show you better than I can tell you. And that's the type of mode that I'm on now. I keep showing y'all these because this is the only bedazzled product I have right here that I've bedazzled myself by hand right in front of me. So that's why I keep picking that up to show y'all that. But I have plenty of products, and y'all know I usually have my nails done, but I just don't have them done right now because I've been doing so much. But yeah, so it's a good idea to allow yourself to be vulnerable and learn and create and perform and do what you're not used to. Get out of your comfort zone. Go to a few places that you've probably never been before, but don't go by yourself. If you do go by yourself, make sure you call somebody, make sure somebody know where you at, because people crazy out here. People be coming up missing. You got to be careful. But give yourself the permission to be who you are, live your life to the fullest, and God will bless that. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching my channel. If this is your first video of mine that you're watching, thank you so much for watching the video all the way through. I appreciate you very much. And you can like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you become a part of the Truth Tribe. Because why? Because when you vibe with the truth, then you vibing with Ruth, and that's all it is. I'll catch y'all later.